Elevated borrowing costs and the shift towards remote work have certainly impacted the commercial real estate market, yet the wealthiest real estate moguls in the US have seen their fortunes grow even more this year. Urban centers in the US are facing challenges, as deserted offices and closed shops contribute to declining property values in numerous cities. However, not everyone is feeling the pinch. The country's wealthiest property owners have seen an increase in their wealth compared to previous years. The Forbes 400 list this year includes 25 billionaires whose wealth largely stems from real estate, collectively valued at $139 billion. This is an increase of about $5 billion compared to the wealth of those in real estate on last year's list. While there's a general sense of pessimism surrounding office spaces, residential apartments remain in high demand, with rent prices climbing by nearly 3% in the past year. Among the new entrants to the list who amassed their wealth through real estate is Jeffrey Palmer, a Los Angeles-based developer who primarily profits from residential properties in LA. Another newcomer, Annette Lerner, acquired her wealth through inheritance from her late husband Ted Lerner, with a portfolio largely composed of apartments in the Washington, D.C. region. The industrial real estate sector has also flourished, fueled by the surge in e-commerce during the pandemic. This has greatly benefited billionaires who own warehouses and logistics centers. For instance, Edward Roski Jr., a Los Angeles-based developer, saw his net worth rise by $1 billion over the past year, reaching an impressive $7.4 billion. However, the journey hasn't been smooth for all of America's property magnates. The most famous among them, Donald Trump, fell off the Forbes 400 list for the second time in 3 years. Additionally, 8 others saw their net worth decrease by a combined $4.6 billion. A common thread among these individuals, including Trump, is their significant investments in debt-ridden office buildings in cities like New York and San Francisco, which have been particularly hard hit. New York's Charles Cohen and Jerry Speier, who both own multiple office towers in Manhattan, experienced declines in their fortunes by $700 million and $500 million, respectively. The second wealthiest real estate tycoon in the U.S., Stephen Ross of the related companies, known for developing Hudson Yards in New York, emerged as the biggest loser in the real estate sector, with his fortune diminishing by about $1.5 billion. While Ross experienced a downturn, it's been a prosperous year for Donald Bren of Orange County, California, who continues to be the richest real estate billionaire in the U.S. His net worth now stands at an estimated $18 billion, up from $17.4 billion previously. The most significant increase, however, is seen in Ty Warner, famous for creating Beanie Babies in the 1990s, with most of his wealth now in real estate. His fortune has been particularly buoyed by the rising value of luxury hotels and golf courses, like his Sandpiper Club in Santa Barbara, bringing his net worth to an estimated $5.7 billion. This year also marks the return of 2 real estate billionaires to the list. Donald Horton, thanks to a 64% increase in the shares of his company D.H. Horton, and George Argyros, a Southern California developer, who made a comeback after his absence since 2020, bolstered by climbing retail and residential values in California. Before we continue, if you're finding this insight into the world of real estate intriguing, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this and stay updated on the latest trends and stories. Top 10 billionaires in the real estate sector. Donald Bren. Wealth valuation: $18 billion, home base, Newport Beach, California. Bren, through his enterprise, the Irvine Company, oversees an extensive real estate portfolio exceeding 129 million square feet, encompassing office spaces, residential units, and retail centers throughout California. He also holds a commanding 97.5% interest in Manhattan's MetLife building, possesses 3 office buildings in Chicago, and owns 2 golf courses. In 2022, the Irvine Company executed the sale of 2 hotels in Orange County for a sum close to $300 million. Additionally, the firm is investing $30 million in refurbishing its 300 North LaSalle office complex along the Chicago riverfront. Stephen Ross. Net worth: $10.1 billion, home, New York, New York. Stephen Ross, originally a tax lawyer, transformed into a real estate magnate after establishing related companies in 1972, initially concentrating on affordable housing. Related Companies, renowned for its Hudson Yards project in New York, now possesses and operates assets exceeding $60 billion across the United States, including a collaborative project in London. The company has been extending its reach to South Florida and has become the leading proprietor of commercial properties in West Palm Beach, marked by a significant $195 million development site acquisition in August. Ross, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, also shifted his residence this year, though not to Florida. He completed the sale of his Manhattan penthouse above Columbus Circle for $40 million in January, paving the way for his relocation to a new abode, the entire 92nd floor of 35 Hudson Yards, situated 25 blocks south. Leonard Stern. Wealth estimate: $8.1 billion. Location: New York, New York. Stern's name is widely recognized due to his substantial $30 million donation in 1988 to New York University, leading to the naming of its business school after him. However, his substantial wealth originates from Hart's Mountain, his enterprise that holds ownership over 260 properties. This diverse portfolio mainly includes industrial spaces but also encompasses offices, hotels, and residential apartments, spread across Florida, Georgia, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, and the Carolinas. A robust market demand for industrial real estate and apartment complexes has contributed to Stern's wealth increasing by approximately $500 million in the last year. Igor Olenikov. Asset value: $7.7 billion. Home: Lighthouse Point, Florida. Originating from Russia and born in Iran, Olenikov emigrated from the Soviet Union at the age of 15 with his family. He is the owner of Alan Properties, through which he possesses over 8 million square feet of office spaces and more than 17,000 residential units distributed across Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Nevada, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee. This year, Olenikov invested $165 million in acquiring 2 apartment complexes, one in Duluth, Georgia, and another in Raleigh, North Carolina, thereby broadening his portfolio in the residential real estate sector. Jeff Green. Net worth: $7.5 billion. Location: Palm Beach, Florida. Jeff Green amassed significant wealth by investing in credit default swaps linked to subprime mortgage bonds during the 2007-2008 housing market collapse, earning $800 million. He subsequently reinvested these gains into a diverse array of real estate, including apartment complexes, condominiums, hotels, and office buildings, primarily in California, Florida, and New York. Over the past year, consistent condominium sales and increasing rents in his properties in Los Angeles, Manhattan, and South Florida have contributed an estimated $300 million to Green's wealth. However, he expresses concern about the impact of debt-laden older office buildings on the real estate sector and the broader economy, remarking to Forbes in May, "It's going to take a long time to clean this mess up." Edward Roski Jr. Valuation of assets: $7.4 billion. Home: Los Angeles, California. Edward Roski Jr. took over Majestic Realty Company from his father, Edward Roski Sr., who established the Real Estate Development Company in Los Angeles in 1948. The company has an expansive portfolio exceeding 90 million square feet, including industrial, office, sports, entertainment, and hospitality properties. It stands as one of the leading owners of master-planned business parks nationwide, hosting a diverse range of tenants from Amazon to UPS and Walmart. In addition to his real estate endeavors, Roski holds a minority stake in the NHL's Los Angeles Kings and the NBA's Lakers, and was instrumental in the development of their home venue, the Crypto.com Arena, during the 1990s. Annette Lerner and family. Wealth estimation: $6.5 billion. Home: Chevy Chase, Maryland. Following the passing of her husband Ted Lerner in February, his substantial real estate wealth was inherited by his wife Annette, and their 3 children, Mark, Deborah, and Marla. Lerner Enterprises, which they started in 1952, began with Annette providing $250 to Ted, then $26, to launch a real estate firm and handle sales for home developers. Today, the company is among the leading property holders in the Washington, D.C. area, with a diverse portfolio encompassing office, residential, retail, hospitality, and sports and entertainment sectors. Annette and her children also hold the majority stake in the MLB's Washington Nationals and are minority shareholders in Monumental Sports, which includes the NBA's Washington Wizards, the NHL's Washington Capitals, and the WNBA's Washington Mystics. Neil Blum. Net worth: $6.3 billion. Location: Chicago, Illinois. Neil Blum, a Chicago-based tycoon, has built an expansive portfolio that includes both gambling and real estate ventures. His holdings range from the Rivers casinos located in the Northeast and Midwest to the upcoming Century City Center in Los Angeles. This new office tower, spanning 700,000 square feet, is set to become the headquarters of the prestigious talent and sports agency CAA upon its completion in 2026. The latest addition to Rivers Casinos opened in Portsmouth, Virginia in January, rapidly outperforming competitors to become the state's top gambling destination. Additionally, Blum is said to be collaborating with the real estate investment trust Vornado in a bid for one of New York's coveted casino licenses, focusing on the area surrounding Penn Station. John A. Sobrato and family. Asset value: $5.9 billion, home, Atherton, California. John A. Sobrato's journey in the real estate realm began with selling homes in Palo Alto during his time at Santa Clara University. He then ventured into the development of industrial properties with his mother, leading to the establishment of the Sobrato Organization in 1979. In 1998, Sobrato handed over the family business, which includes over 7 million square feet of commercial and residential properties in Northern California, to his son, John Michael. John Michael served as CEO until 2018, when he stepped aside, appointing Matthew Sonsini, the former chief investment officer, as his successor. In a significant move in May, the Sobrato family's foundation invested $26 million in purchasing a 68-unit apartment complex in Santa Clara. This acquisition is part of a pioneering initiative aimed at addressing the critical shortage of affordable housing in Silicon Valley. Robert Faith. Wealth estimation: $5.8 billion, location, Charleston, South Carolina. Robert Faith is the founder and principal stakeholder of Greystar, a company based in Charleston, South Carolina, specializing in property and investment management, as well as real estate development services. Greystar, recognized as the foremost manager of apartment complexes and multifamily developers in the U.S., administers and operates real estate assets valued at over $240 billion. This extensive portfolio, primarily comprising apartments, spans 5 continents. Furthermore, Greystar's investment management division manages assets totaling more than $75 billion. In a significant move in December, Greystar, in partnership with Singapore's sovereign wealth fund GIC, acquired Student Roost, the UK's third-largest student accommodation provider, for an undisclosed sum. As we've journeyed through the stories of these remarkable real estate moguls, it's evident that the world of real estate offers vast opportunities and diverse pathways to success. Each of these top businessmen started from unique beginnings and navigated through challenges to shape the skylines and communities we see today. Their journeys are not just about accumulating wealth but also about transforming landscapes and impacting economies on a global scale. If you're inspired by these stories and curious about carving your path in the dynamic world of real estate, there's more to explore. For those of you interested in taking the first steps into this lucrative field, we have just the resource for you. On the screen, you'll find our detailed guide on how to start a real estate business. This video is tailored to provide you with the foundational knowledge, strategies, and insights to kickstart your journey in real estate. Whether you're dreaming of developing skyscrapers or managing a portfolio of properties, our guide is the perfect starting point. So, why wait? Click on the video shown on the screen and embark on your journey to become a success story in the world of real estate. See you there.